All right. Hey. All right. So let's see. Yay! Hi. Okay. Hey, Cameron. We're in for the Cameron Witten hunger strike update. What day are we on?
Day 12.
Day 12.
Can I get a witness?
Woo! All right. Okay. So my husband was like, "Hey, Cameron's in the Oregonian," and that's all I know.
Okay.
So who has done the press? You said Merck and other people.
Yeah.
So
Merck, Oregonian. I think there's only papers that published something. There's been a little bit of talk about it on like PC Monthly and some radio shows and whatnot.
you got radio coverage.
Yeah.
Okay,
Carl Wolfson, Victoria Taft, some other people.
Victoria Taft is a Tea Partier.
Yeah.
So what is she saying?
Me and Victoria Taft, we have an interesting relationship. So we were just talking about how we love each other and we're both friends, but our ideologies are completely different spectrums.
Okay.
And so we actually saw each other today. She actually testified at
What
city
she
council.
testified
She was like screaming at them about raising the rates of the garbage and whatnot. And then she was like, "You're raising the rates on garbage, and you're paying for all these people to be on welfare like Cameron." She actually said that.
Oh,
And
whoa.
the best part was after she got out of the council meeting, she actually came up and offered me juice. Gave me free juice.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I can't believe she did. That's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
I'm kind of fascinated in a weird way. Okay, so I can't believe she said that. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. Well, thank you, City Hall, for paying for. You should give welfare to all the mayoral candidates and former candidates.
I know, right?
Yay.
It's almost like being a president.
Yeah, right, right. So, okay, now you have how many signs out there? 13?
Probably at 13. Yeah.
You know how I know that?
You counted them.
No. City Hall security is like, it's got like 13 now. They, like every sign that you put up, they're like a little bit more miffed.
I love it.
Okay, so that does bring up a question.
Uh-huh.
You are not the same. You are a separate action in solidarity with the Vigil action.
Yeah.
And we just happen to have the same issues, which almost the very first thing that we say is, leave right to D2 alone. It's the least you could do, you creeps. We're doing your job for you. Everybody's taking care of themselves. Why don't you just not stop them, right? So, but I gotta know, you might know a little bit more. Is it really about the doors? For those of you who don't know, Right to Dream 2, otherwise known as R2D2, which is right number 2 dream too.org. This is a rest area full of tents that can house for 12 hours of rest like 72 people or something like that, and they've been there just after
Just
Occupy.
after Occupy.
Yeah,
7 months.
so and they basically used the fact that we were being left alone as a way to say, hey, if you're not going to kick out Occupy, then you can't kick us out, leave us alone. And they were on private property, but that kind of solidified our relationship as being in solidarity with hell yeah. So anyway, loved them. And okay, so the doors. The city fines them $641 and then doubles it every other month,
months, yeah.
every 2 weeks.
2 months.
2 months. Okay, so every other month they double it. So now we're at thousands and thousands of dollars, and it's supposedly because the height of their doors is taller than a recreational camping ordinance, which is perverse because they're obviously saving people's lives, not recreational camping. Okay, so nobody says, hey kids, let's go camping, let's go to R2D2, anyway. So is it really about the doors? Because can't they just chop the door down? What's the deal there?
I don't know this technicality.
Do we know? We need to find out. Why don't they just chop the door down? I have a feeling it's because it's not really about the doors. or they would have done something because those people want to stay.
It has to be not about the doors.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks too as well because of people's privacy right now. And I don't think anybody in the general public wants to see the doors down.
Right,
So-
and Chinatown, are we gonna take the Chinese gardens and cut those walls down too because they're a recreational campground? Because I
Well,
mean that's
we're
about
not
as
a
dumb.
recreational campground.
Yeah, either is R2D2. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, why don't we just start like
Yeah.
making walls illegal and
It's unfortunate because the city gives
Bizarre.
waivers for all kinds of stuff, whether it's the Rose Festival or it's last Thursday or all these other things, which I think are great for Portland. But R2D2 is also great for Portland, but it's not getting that same, kind of support. And so once again, it's just like we are not all created equal, and the homeless are being treated as second-class citizens, even though they've been all given a second chance, and they've been, showing their willingness and passion to be productive members of our society. And
Right.
It's just kind of a shame to see that they're once again being penalized and criminalized.
criminalized major and treated like crap. I did not realize. Okay, so visual TV, we have interviews of people who are either houseless or not. It doesn't, or have been or haven't, but you'll hear stories of folks and how they end up this way and what is being what's happening to them or happened to them. And if you have any idea that homeless people are all lazy and somehow deserve their own self-made hell,
You don't know how many homeless
that
people
will go
do.
away after you watch these interviews. You will learn shocking things from people, and there are a myriad of reasons people are houseless, and they all are horrible. And then to add to that, all of the prejudice and all of the illegal, ganging up, selective enforcement of laws, which is targeting, and it's basically, it's a civil rights issue. I mean, there's no question that we have discrimination, but unfortunately it's in the hearts of the general public, so it's not being fought against, and we have to raise awareness. So you're raising awareness by coming out here and going on a hunger strike, which is like bringing it to a whole new level. And you're looking fine right now, but we are watching you because suddenly we can expect you're not going to do so well. So what is going to happen when somebody goes, hey, Cameron, you look like crap?
I don't know. My body weight's not dropping too much. I've been vegan for like 2 years, and I've always been over 190 pounds, and so I think my body is very well adjusted to being like this. So it's going to take a long time for anything very serious is going to happen. So making sure that I get enough potassium in my diet, and that I'm sleeping well, and I'm not moving around too much. I'm probably sitting in that chair for at least 12 hours a day, and I don't walk more than a block away from the bathroom. So conserving my energy pretty well. This is probably the longest that I've talked all day, and it's important to remember my limits and remember that I am doing this for the long haul, and I can't try to run and jump just because I have a burst of energy right now.
So I saw that there was somebody who was looking at an article, I think it was the Mercury, I'm not sure, but there was some blogger who was like, that's not a real hunger strike, because if he really wanted to go on a hunger strike, he would just drink water. And some other person was like, okay, you don't even know what a hunger strike is, blah, 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 Gandhi, and blah, 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 liquid, and posted this article. And it was full of interesting facts. But in some of those facts, people who had gone on extended period hunger strikes that did have, some way of prolonging it,
Yeah.
where they had a little salt, a little sugar, or
Yeah.
they drank juices or
Yeah.
whatever. So there's a group of people who do this. Some of them last 200 days, and then one of them dies. So, I mean, it's not like there's no risk. It's just prolonged suffering. And suffering, I don't know. If anybody's ever gone on a diet and smelled food that you can't have, just imagine if that was all food. And we eat in front of you all the time. I try to take it elsewhere, but, that happens. You're smelling food. You're hungry. Aren't you? Are you hungry?
I'm not hungry.
You're not hungry because of the juice?
During my prep time, when I cut out all processed food, I was only eating raw fruit, and like I was only eating like 3 or 4 pieces of fruit every day. That's when I was getting hungry, and that's when I started fighting those urges. And so once I started this, it wasn't that big of a transition from eating no fruit, no fiber, stuff that
You
I used to.
trained.
Yeah.
You trained for this.
You're supposed to
That's rad.
prepare. Yeah, I did my research very well, and I have a small confession to make. That response on the blog, that was me when I gave him articles for him to realize that he has nothing at all
Nice. Oh,
about
cool.
hunger strikes, and a lot of people don't. And it's unfortunate that most people are misinformed about pretty much anything when it comes to civil disobedience or it comes to civil society, anything you need to know about politics or government. We're a misinformed nation, and we like to make a lot of arguments out of initial judgments without actually knowing facts. And so,
Okay. Now I gotta tell you something. I did not know that. I did not know that was you. I did not
Yeah,
set that
yeah,
up. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay. Because I feel like because I didn't know that was you at all. Okay. So that was because I'm like, oh, this is such a great response, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that was me. Nice. Well, I see you on the computer, so you're doing tweets, and I know
I read
it's
every article. I read all the comments. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So the publicity now, when I went on the Max, I felt like I had hit the big time with our community here with the vigil, because I would go on the Max and I'd say I'm on my way to City Hall for the vigil, and they'd go, oh, for the homeless. I'd be like, yeah, that felt good that you knew that. So when you have people coming by here, have you noticed people stopping and saying like they'd already known that you were here yet?
It's a small amount of people. Probably 4 people per day, and the recognition is getting higher, and I'm really happy about that.
That's what we need for a sign. We need to start posting like newspaper articles around you that have been written.
I suppose that doesn't. Yeah, you might get working on that too.
That'd be fun.
There's
Somebody
just-
would be like, oh yeah, I read about that.
Yeah. There's just still too much apathy about the issues. People come up and they say thank you for doing this, and it's hard because this isn't about me. This isn't supposed to be about me. This is about trying to get other people to get into action. And it's unfortunate when I ask people if they've done anything that I asked, like calling up city council or telling your friends. And most of the time the answer is no. I really want people to realize that I can't do this by myself, and me starting myself is not going to make them care. It really is not going to. It's going to require public pressure. It's going to involve us motivating ourselves and reprioritizing what we need to work on when it comes to the sustainability of our future.
And that sounds kind of like the vigil has been like, there have been nights where we have been out in the snow and the rain, and you've been through some of that, I know. And the whole time, especially when I've been, like there've been a few nights where I was pretty much by myself, and there's been other people who've been by themselves, and it really, really sucks. And during those hard times, we're basically just making a vehicle for other people to do some activism, to do some civics, and get involved and behind the issue. And we're just kind of saving that space to hold the conversation.
Yeah.
Like, so we don't move on to a different topic.
Yeah.
Let's continue to work on this. And so every day that you're out here, you're basically counting on, okay, today's the day where everybody marches into City Hall, where everybody starts writing letters.
Yeah.
Now Sam Adams tweets. And he's got his team. I know he has a person in charge of reading and responding, and I know he personally tweets, so media team or whatever. And that is at Mayor Sam Adams on Twitter. And I'm a big proponent of Twitter. It's a good place to get news.
It is.
To me. If you follow just a few people and they're really good news sources, there's some really good givers of news. So anyway, you could tweet to at Cameron Witten, at Mayor Sam Adams.
Please do.
Get off your butt and do something, people. Not you guys, but the mayor and the commissioners. So you have 3 demands, and let's see.
I prefer to call them resolutions.
Resolutions?
Yes.
Suggestions for
Pretty much.
them, or
Yeah.
Okay, what's your resolutions? I know you say it
Asking
100 times a day,
for
I'm sorry.
a waiver for all fines on Right to Dream 2, asking City Council to propose a housing levy for the general election ballot, and then asking for Sheriff Dan Staten to issue a 1-year moratorium on foreclosures in Multnomah County.
So the evictions of foreclosed homes.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay. Well, anyway, give me 5, and I will actually write a physical letter. See if I can still make a pen and paper work and turn that in. I can do that tomorrow morning before I go.
Thank you, Mary.
So anyway, thank you.
You
All
are
right.
Good night.
Okay, let's see what we got here. I'm gonna see if Pablo. Hey Pablo, did your friends leave? Did your new friends leave? Oh, okay. You want to play your song or your protest song?
Oh, yeah, I used to work for that.
Okay, so let me turn off and turn back on. I'll be right back, you guys.